kids take it quite literally. And I had one or two examples where the parents said, we taught our kids that all religions were the same, and then my son married a Catholic, and when I asked why, he said, well, you taught me all religions are the same. It's a real story, I'm not just making it up. And I've heard others, when I tell that story, they say, yes, I know about that too. So it's not really the case that Hindus believe all religions are the same. It's a better statement is Hindus believe all religions are good, but they're different. So all religions are good means that everybody's fine in the religion they're in unless they want to move. You're of this religion, oh, that's good. You're of that religion, oh, that's good. That's fine. Hindus don't feel that there's a need to proselytize or have people all join Hinduism. But we don't want to say all religions are the same, because it does what I said. It encourages misunderstanding as to marrying someone of another religion, which brings on innumerable challenges. It's not that we're against that, but there's a lack of preparation for that. So the couple quite often is quite surprised by what happens. And after 5 or 10 years, no one's prepared them for the reality of marrying someone of another religion and what's going to happen. So that's also important, and the idea is to stress that Hinduism is a great religion. Hindus are kind of shy to put forward the greatness of the Hindu tradition. The statement I always use in my talks is if you hear someone say, I'm of all religions, you can be 99.99% sure that person's a Hindu. No one else will say that. But they're not proud enough about being a Hindu to say they're a Hindu. So that makes it, in a pluralistic society, it really discourages the kids from practicing Hinduism, those kinds of statements. So we want to feel proud about our tradition by being knowledgeable in it, but feel that all religions are good also. Not overly proud. Find the right amount of pride that we can pass on, because it is a unique religion. It has a lot of great qualities that you don't find in other religions, such as its tolerance. One of the things the world obviously needs is more tolerance. Groups are always, religious groups are against one another, ethnic groups are against one another, and so forth. And Hindu principles don't divide the world. The Hindu teaching is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is family. So it doesn't say the Hindu world is family. It says the whole world is family. So the Hindu principle is we're supposed to care about everybody, regardless of their ethnicity or their religion. That's what Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means. Family are those we care about. We want them to do well, to be happy, to have a good life. So when you include everybody as part of your family, then it's clear you want everybody in the whole world to do well. So that's the ultimate tolerance. There's no we, they. There's no other group from the highest Hindu perspective. So the world needs more of that kind of teaching. And where do you find it? So that's the kind of wisdom that Hinduism offers, and why we can say it's a great religion. In this country, one of the examples I give, which works well, is Dr. Martin Luther King and the racial discrimination problem that was in the 1960s. So he looked for many solutions and studied the teachings of Gandhi for many years, and before he started the movement actually went to India. Gandhi had passed on, but he spent time talking to Gandhi's followers to make sure he understood the whole principle. And, then he came back to the U.S. and lots of people wanted violence, and lots of the leaders he discouraged it, and there was very little violence, and managed to get the laws of segregation overturned by the principles of nonviolence. So that's an example of Hindu teachings really being effective in this country and in the modern world. So again, where do you find, in what other religions do you find that kind of nonviolent solution, that kind of compassion that embraces everyone? So these are wonderful, high-minded values that are part of Hinduism that can be shared with kids and make them feel proud about it. Oh, look at all these great teachings. Vegetarianism, Hindu teaching, it's something that is looked at as very in or very cool in this country to be a vegetarian, so Hindus are vegetarian, more so than others. Of course, we're not all vegetarian, but we know it's a great ideal. The religion respects it as an ideal. And vegetarianism is there.
The other way I look at that, the way I learned religion, the society play a major role than family. Because whatever activity is going in family, you will participate, but since your friend circle, wherever you go to market, everywhere, the atmosphere is there.
Yes.
The society teaches you the religion to the greater extent than the family.
Oh yes.
And when we compare here, the kids grow up in a society where the cultural values are different.
Yes.
And the friend circle has a different belief and values.
Yes.
In that way, how parents, you can say, serve as a kind of a parenting role, and as well as the friend's role, which is not there for the religious point of view. How to fill that gap?
Well, good question. I haven't heard it quite stated like that before.
Because basically what I am saying that as a parent, you have to be parents something else as well.
Yes. Well, I think you have to guide one of the ways of doing that, I don't want to say just the first way that came to my mind, is to try and guide the activities of your children during, say, their teenage years so that they participate in certain groups where there are other Hindu youth doing things together. So, like dancing class, drama groups, youth groups at temples, so that the parents realize there is this lack of support group that you're talking about. Society is not supporting the activity as it does in India. And so they try and get the kids involved in Hindu type activities with other kids and realize it's important. It's very important that they have that some of it is with people their own age, in order to be impressed that this is something for me, because other Hindus my age are doing it too. It's not just something for older people.